It's the food we use to improve everything we do. It's the feast that drives innovation, yet we waste so much. They say that food deserts are a big problem in our cities. I think that information deserts are a big problem in healthcare. Do we find ourselves munching on what's convenient rather than what's really good for us? People dealing with ALS have a bumper crop of information, and so often it's left to wilt on the vine. That's unacceptable, especially with a fatal mystery disease. You see, the ice didn't cure ALS. There's no known cause. There's no effective treatment. It's a difficult, steep, downhill path to death. Yet, all of us can learn from those dealing with ALS. Everybody in this room, you physician, you drug developers, you entrepreneurs, you smart students. Let's take a look at how we can harvest some information. Before Mom died from ALS, she liked to take a trip every now and then. American Airlines retained more information about her travel history than medical science did about her case of ALS. That's outrageous. All of the clues that her life history and medical history contained were buried with her. We'll never connect the dots if we don't start collecting the dots in an orderly and complete manner. Somebody call American Airlines, please. Shopping for shoes is challenging for me, but not nearly as challenging as shopping for an ALS clinical trial. Usually when somebody's diagnosed with ALS, they assign a family member to Dr. Google to go find something, and you hope it's a clinical trial that advances the science and it gives the patient a Hail Mary. Finding the right trial is not easy. You have to sift through all kinds of interventional trials to figure out which ones are the most promising. Then you get emails from out of the blue. It's confusing and it's time-consuming. And speaking of time, the normal window of eligibility for an ALS clinical trial is 24 months from diagnosis, or not from diagnosis, from onset of symptoms. There is about a year delay to diagnosis for most people, so you see the problem here with time. Last week I got a message from 6pm.com, that's Zappos outlet store. The perfect shoes for you and on sale. I took the bait, I clicked on the message. And there up came a cute pair of shoes, and they look like they'd work for me. I have bought a total of 3 pairs of shoes in my entire life from 6pm.com, and they made a good match. Yet clinical trial matching seems to be stuck in the 1980s. Somebody call 6pm.com, please. Yesterday we talked a lot about precision medicine, and I think we need to talk about accurate medicine too. The right intervention at the right place at the right time. And so often with ALS, it works more like this. We constantly throw the ball 5 yards behind the receiver. That doesn't help the patient, it's wasteful, and it's expensive. I have a very old chair at home. It's a 50-year-old lazy boy chair. It's the greatest reading chair in the world. It's just comfortable. Last winter, it broke. It got stuck in the upright and locked position. I was heartbroken. I thought, it's all over for me and my beloved chair. I called the local Lazy Boy store. A fellow in the warehouse was able to diagnose the problem over the phone. He said it was a broken part. I thought, oh no. And he said, no, don't worry, we'll find one. You can pick the part up tomorrow in the warehouse anytime afternoon. Really? Try breaking a part on a power wheelchair. That's a lot more important than my reading chair. You get the old 4 to 6 weeks, what can you do? Well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can measure. We must measure. It's about information and it's about logistics. You measure performance, you set benchmarks, you improve processes. Somebody call Lazy Boy, please. I have a challenge for all of you, and it has nothing to do with ice. Please look upon ALS as a kind of stress test for whatever it is you do in healthcare. You'll never get to be a great skier if you stay on the bunny slopes, and trust me, ALS is no bunny slope. It's a difficult disease, it's a demanding disease, and it's often a very fast disease. But if you can learn from those dealing with ALS, I guarantee you will improve, you will innovate, and you will be better for every patient you ever serve. Thank you very much.